Messi now. Everyone on the edge of their seats. Messi going for goal!
Join the fun, the excitement, the build-up to the World Cup, Russia 2018. Join Sam and Bayo right here on this station as they review notable World Cup moments, participating teams, individual players, coaches, match officials, and many more. You don't want to miss Russia Roundup with your hosts Sam and Bayo right here on this station.
At last, Wayne Rooney has scored and the World Cup. It's an own goal. Brazil are behind off Marcelo. A nightmare start for the host nation.
Group G at the FIFA World Cup looks set to be a very, very disputed battle between two great teams that have great pool of talent of players. Of course, I'm talking about the Belgium and of course the English national team. They have some of the finest players across Europe this season and of course in the last few years. My name is Bayo and Sam. It is your show, Russia Roundup, on Vineyard Television, 15.8, Houston, Texas. And of course, I am here as usual with Sam Mbonu, my main man. Sam, how are you doing today?
Man, glad to be back again on the show, Bayo.
Sam, Group G, it's not a very, very kind group. And I'm very sure you're going to also call this group a very, very top group and a group of death, as we've always done.
Nothing death about this group.
Sam, let me just ask you this question. I know you're going to say nothing dead about it. We know the Belgium. I remember last week we were talking about this. Belgians have, oh my God, where do I start from? The finest pool of players. You had it in my opening.
I have the list of their players.
I'm coming. You will actually definitely mention that. And also, England is also in this group.
Yes.
England also, like it or not, their media and all of that, but this team definitely has pool of talent. Also, Panama 100%. Have the motivation of the fact that they will be going to the World Cup for the first time. Every team that has been first at the FIFA World Cup in the last decade have always been a very tough nut to crack. Very, very tough nut to crack.
I agree to that.
Panama would definitely not be an easy team. Tunisia, their qualification was not a fluke, Sam. They did it in a very, very, very tough way. Where do we start from? It's going to be battle to finish between these two teams. But the first game of this group will be Belgium, Panama. What is your expectation?
Panama are World Cup debutants. They lack the experience, even though they qualified. Even their qualification was like a fairy tale to them. That was why after they qualified, the president declared a public holiday for the Panamans. You know, so they are World Cup debutants. They don't have that experience. Belgium, like you said, they have arrays of talent. Can we start to count them? Eden Hazard played for Chelsea. Kevin De Bruyne, Manchester City.
Vincent Kompany
for Manchester City. Jan Vertonghen for Spurs. Thibaut Courtois, one of the best keepers for in the world.
They are number one, actually.
Lukaku, Divock Origi, Marouane Fellaini, Michel Batshuayi, Christian Benteke. These are players
top players for their teams.
Benteke capped 31 times, 11 goals.
Decent, very, very decent.
Kevin De Bruyne capped 55 times, 12 goals. Eden Hazard capped 82 times, 21 goals. So these are players that have made big things happen for the Belgians. But look at where I have issue with the Belgium, their coaching crew. I read an article some time ago where Kevin De Bruyne was criticizing criticizing Roberto Martinez, that Belgium have a talent, but Martinez is not really bringing out the best in them. That is a top player criticizing his coach. Did that show that he passed a vote of confidence on the coach? No, it doesn't. So I think that Belgium will be up there, but their coaching crew may let them down. Because Martinez, yes, you will say he was okay, decent in the EPL, but look at what he did with Everton. What did he do with Everton? Did he win trophy? Did he take them to top 4? No.
But of course,
Everton, we are always outside the top 5 in the EPL.
But Sam, don't forget.
But they are consistent.
They've always been outside of top 5. Let us not take this away from Roberto Martinez.
I'm not.
He came from a very, very top league in the Spanish La Liga to the Premier League, and let me tell you what he has done with them to Wigan. for Everton, why Roberto Martinez was the coach until he was fired, Everton was never below the 10th position in the English Premier League. They've always been outside of the top 4, but nobody has put them in the top 10. But Roberto Martinez, in his, I think, 3 seasons with Everton, he made sure he had a very good squad, and they never. But in his last season, as it is always with other coaches, they always have this challenge. But as we say, Matt Wilmot, one of his biggest mistakes at Brazil 2014, or biggest challenge, was how to select his pool of talent
play as a team. How to sync his team to play as a team.
Do you think Martinez and Thierry Henry have been able to do this, looking at how the Belgians qualified for the World Cup? Do you think he has been able to win this battle?
I want to see how the Belgians qualified for the World Cup.
And definitely, how do you think they will go through against Panama? I heard you say clearly that Panama have no experience, but I'm going to put it to you today. Experience has a lot to do. Yes.
Fine, yeah.
Nigeria at the USA 94, that was their first World Cup. Nigeria went all the way. If it wasn't, because something would definitely have to happen, some of the lack of experience at the second round between Osine Guavon and Roberto Baggio, Nigeria might have gone all the way to semifinals of that World Cup.
Might have gone all the way.
I'm coming again. Bulgaria was also going like almost the first time at the FIFA World Cup.
But they went the last 4.
No, actually the first time they went all the way to the semi-finals. It has always been a very, very great adventure for the first. Panama, Belgium, who wins that day? I know with your analysis you already said Belgium.
Belgium. If you look at how Belgium qualified, they were in Group H with Greece, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Estonia, Cyprus,
those are not tough
and
teams,
Gibraltar. Okay, now remove Bosnia, Estonia, Cyprus, and Gibraltar. You have Greece, former European champions, and Belgium amassed 28 points from 10 games. They scored 37. They have plus 37 goal difference. They didn't lose a game. They drew only 1 game out of 10 games. Just like Belgium, they would disseminate Panama on that day. I'm telling you.
Okay.
They would disseminate Panama on that day. I'm telling you.
You definitely heard it from Sam there. That game is going to be at the Sochi Stadium on Monday, 18th of June. Panama versus Belgium will be the opener in Group G at the FIFA World Cup that has Belgium, Panama, Tunisia, and of course
England.
1966
listen.
champion of the World Cup.
I don't want to, no disrespect to the Three Lions, but 1966, and they've not won until this moment, and you keep calling England top team.
You don't want to talk about that anymore?
I don't want to hear about that anymore.
You heard it from Sam over there, right there. But of course, to really spice up this show for you today on this beautiful Saturday evening, and of course, you know this show is aired originally on Saturday evening, and of course, we always have a repeat broadcast
on Wednesdays.
On Wednesday evening at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here in Houston. And you can always watch every episode of the show that have passed on our YouTube channel, and of course also on Vineyard TV, our YouTube channel. We'll bring you the first break and we'll show you how this Belgian team with pool of unbelievable talent qualify for the FIFA World Cup. It is our road to World Cup on Russia Roundup, and we'll be back. It is still Bayo and Sam on the show on this exciting day. We'll be back.
This is Russia Roundup with Sam and Bayo.
Welcome back to the show. It is still Russia Roundup on this exciting day. And of course, my name is Bayo and Arashi. I'm always very excited coming your way every week with my main man, Sam Mbono. Sam, we talk in the first segment of the show about the first game of that group, Belgium, Panama. It is time for Tunisia, England. This is Africa interest right now. Tunisia, this Tunisian team, like it or not, they qualified invisibly. They beat everyone they have to beat. And you know, the Arabians, as they are famously known for, have always been very tricky, very dangerous, and of course, very talented. With the young English squad, maybe after Nigeria, I think the English
had the youngest squad.
Be parading the youngest squad. Looking at all the ages, starting from their top scorer, Harry Kane with Tottenham Hotspur, scoring from every direction this season. He has already surpassed his
24 goals already this season.
His own record last season in almost the semi-final of the season. We are in February, we are in March, so to say, and of course the game, the season is going to end in May.
So that's 3 months
and he
out.
has already done out himself already. Tunisia, England, we know the English are known for the razzmatazz, the hype, the whatever you can call it, but we cannot take it away that they are also talented. And they qualify for this World Cup not by chance, but by working hard
For it.
Tunisia, England, that would be a cracker.
Yes, I give respect to Tunisia. You know, if you look at the group they played, you know, in their qualification process, Congo DR, Libya, and Guinea. You know, these three teams are still, you know, in African qualifiers, you find it difficult to beat teams like Congo, Libya, and Guinea at home. But Tunisia went, you know, and I think the 2 draws they got were these 2 teams away on the road, you know, and they had 4 wins. You know, they drew 2, they didn't lose a game, they got 14 points, and that's pretty decent for Tunisia. You know, even though it was a close call, you know, with Congo DR, you know, had 13 points from 4 victories, 1 draw, and 1 loss. And they couldn't qualify. Had they been that Africa goes through playoff, I think Congo DR should have gone through playoff, because I think they are the team, the second team, you know, with the best result as runner-up. But for England have not done anything significant. You know, but it's true. I would say this might be their golden generation, but can they transform that to trophies? Harry Kane doing great things with Spurs. You know, 24 goals already this season. We have 10 games to go in the English Premier League, and he's doing exceptionally well. But can he lead Spurs to trophy? That's what they are looking for. Before Real Madrid come calling for him. You know, can he transform his club form to national team form? Dele Alli, new national team a little bit. You know, doing great things. Great lad, good midfielder, great player, talented. His head is up there. You know, Dyer, Tripper, all of them. But the team they've not really gotten that aura that they need to, that mentality they need to challenge a team like Germany, a team like Brazil, a team like Argentina, a team like France. You know,
when you say this, okay, maybe at the World Cup.
At the World Cup.
And you might just be right in that perspective. But looking at their qualification and looking at the antecedents in the past, I think, and let's also give them the credit that they have the most, and I'm going to put myself on the spot here. They have the most glamorous, not the toughest. They are the most glamorous football or soccer league in the world, the English Premier League.
Okay.
All credit has to go to this English squad.
I'm not stopping you. Okay. Let's look at the top five teams in the EPL. Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, and which other one? And Spurs. Who are their coaches?
Foreigners.
You know, who are making this league entertaining and very foreigners. So that's what we're talking about. So even though it's rubbing off on the local lad, but the top 5 EPL teams are not being coached by an Englishman. That shows that England still lacking top native to be a national team coach. That is my argument. Jose Mourinho from Chelsea to Man United. Jurgen Klopp from Germany to Liverpool.
All the biggest job.
You know, Guardiola from Germany to Manchester City.
From Spain to Germany to Chelsea. To England.
To Spurs. So these are foreigners. So when are we going to see a Steve Bruce, Alan Pardew, or Sam Allardyce as United coach, or Man City coach, or Roy Hodgson as Man City coach? Guess the job they take. If a team is strong for relegation, you see them take on Sunderland. If West Ham is on relegation, you see Steve Bruce will come, or Allardyce. So it's not really showing that the England football wise, coaching wise, is developing. No, they are regressing. Their players is developing, but the coaches are regressing, and it should be troubling for them. It should be.
Okay, I want to actually really believe in your commentary. I think that's a very beautiful start there. But of course, looking at this game, at this World Cup, Tunisia, England. Of course, you're here to tell me, you say you with all due respect to Tunisia, but you have not really said Oha who is going to win. But you are right with the fact that Tunisians have not had a very good record at the World Cup.
First World Cup since 2006.
Their first World Cup was in 1978, and of course they scored a goal at that tournament, of course, but they have never had not one victory
at the World Cup.
No, they've actually had one. They've had just one, and the only one they had was that 1978. I was not even born in 1978.
That when I was born.
And of course, they've not had any victory at that time, and of course they lost to this Tunisia at the France 98 World Cup. They lost to this same English team in France 1998. That was the only time they have met.
They met, yeah.
But if you look at these two teams since that time,
fast forward,
things have changed. Definitely. Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen when the two teams actually clash on that day in Russia? Who wins? Tunisia, England, on the spot.
Tunisia, England on the spot. Being a Nigerian man, I don't want to analyze being sentimental because Tunisia is an African team, and you say because he's African, he said they're going to win.
Of course, you are a broadcaster,
I'm a professional,
so you got
so I put on my professional hat here. England will edge Tunisia.
By what goals?
It might be like a 3-1. Are you going to see Harry Kane score? Harry Kane going to score on that day. You
heard this from Sam. I don't believe it.
If you don't, I do. I have the start of Tunisia. Tunisia, their best record in Africa is champion in 2004. How many years ago?
Yeah, you can.
This is their first World Cup since 2006.
Yes.
And this is their 5th appearance, ranked 23 in the world. They've become runner-up 2 times in Africa, 65 and 96. Third place once, 62, and 4th place twice, 700 and 2000. Champions once, 04. So they've not really done great things in Africa for them to be that a tough nut to crack from Africa, unlike Nigeria, who are going to the World Cup as a team with one of the best records with young players, and they're enterprising. So I would even say that Nigeria will perform better than Tunisia in the World Cup. And I look at their players. Where are they playing? Esperance, Eto'o de Sahel. That European exposure is not there, unlike Nigeria.
And maybe that has actually been some of their undoing over the years.
Even Egypt, that was Egypt's problem. On the African continent, Egypt will dominate because their players play in the Africa and they understand
the weather and the atmosphere.
Foreign scene, they are not there until now that they qualify after how many years? So Tunisia, they're not going to be a problem for England. England will so beat them.
Okay, you heard it from Sam right there. He said England will so beat Tunisia. And of course, let's take another quick break on the show. And of course, when we come back, we're going to be looking at what I think is going to be the most anticipated game
Belgium, England
at the World Cup. The Belgians versus the English Three Lions. But of course, during this break, we're going to bring you the highlight of all the goals that the Three Lions scored prior to qualifying for this 2018 FIFA World Cup. And watch out for something very exciting at the end of the show today. We are bringing you something very golden by one of English golden boy. I think the only English golden boy that has really made the game. Apart from really playing it, he has been a super role model in the entire world. We'll be back on the show.
Messi now, everyone on the edge of their seats. Messi going for goal!
Join the fun, the excitement, the build-up to the World Cup, Russia 2018. Join Sam and Bayo right here on this station as they review notable World Cup moments, participating teams, individual players, coaches, match officials, and many more. You don't want to miss Russia Roundup with your hosts Sam and Bayo right here on this station.
At last, Wayne Rooney has scored and the World Cup. It's an own goal. Brazil are behind off Marcelo. A nightmare start for the host nation.
Welcome back on the show. It is still Russia Roundup with yours truly. And of course, we are very, very excited coming your way again today. We've been really having a good time with Group G that has Tunisia, that has first timer Panama, and of course that has the talented, the unbelievably talented Belgian national team and the English 3 Lions. Sam, we look at the second game of these 4 teams at Group G. Belgium against Tunisia. Already with your stats on the show and with this group, you definitely are not giving the Tunisians any benefit of doubt to do something at this World Cup. And while I'm not very surprised because of the way the players have been, I think one of the only famous Tunisian players that have really played out of the country is their defender. Can't really place his name now. Plays in the German Bundesliga, but every other player.
He's Trabisi.
I think it's Bernard. I can't really figure
Whatever
out
his name
right now. Okay, if it was very famous, definitely there's no way we're not going to remember. Belgium, Tunisia. What is your take? And of course, we will look at England, Panama. I am telling you, Sam, believe it or not, Panama will do some damage to Group G.
I don't know why. I don't know why you're saying they're going to do. Because
I am saying it because I understand how the Americans play, how the American nation plays their game. Followership, the talent, and of course the passion these guys have. But of course, Belgium, Tunisia. What are your thoughts for that particular game?
See, Belgium, Tunisia.
Straight victory for Belgium?
Straight victory for Belgium. These are straight 3 points for Roberto Martinez. Unless if
Sam, you are talking about teams at the FIFA World Cup.
Yes, I am.
We're not talking about the Olympic soccer games.
I'm talking about the World Cup. The World Cup is where you bring out experience, both in players, both in the coaching crew. And you cannot tell me that a team like Belgium will lose to Tunisia. Yeah, the world upset is there for something. I remember 2012 World Cup, Senegal, France. No one gave Senegal a chance, but Senegal went ahead to beat France. I understand that. I remember.
I'm happy you are bringing out the stats.
I remember Italian 90, Cameroon, Argentina. When Argentina came out then champions, Cameroon went and beat them. But you have to look at the form of those teams. At that time, Senegal were top in Africa. They have all the best in Africa.
And of course, they have what you're saying right now. Most of their players are playing in France.
They're playing in France.
And other parts of Europe.
For Cameroon, at that time, Cameroon had the best team in Africa. Roger Miller. Look at them. They are playing outside Africa. But Tunisia, they are not the best in Africa right now. They are not the best in Africa.
Who's the best in Africa right now?
Listen.
Who's the best in Africa right now?
The best in Africa right now? Nigeria.
Okay.
Even though we are not ranked number in Africa, we are number in Africa. I don't reckon we're ranking, So
you think if Nigeria plays Egypt again, Nigeria will beat Egypt?
We'll beat Egypt.
Okay.
Regardless of Mo Salah.
All right, Belgium, Tunisia. So you definitely think Belgium...
Is Belgium game to lose? Easier game to lose. Tunisia hasn't really done anything for you. You have in Panama. USA I would say they were complacent and they were. I don't know if I'm going to use the word on air. Stupid not to qualify from that group. They have Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, Honduras, and Trinidad. Okay, Panama and Honduras had the same point, 13 points, but difference in goals, -3, -1, and -6. So it wasn't as if that Panama topped the group. It wasn't as if they did.
But they fought to the end.
They fought to the end on 13 points. So 13 points. They goal against 10. Go for his 9. And they have a negative.
Because I remember that day that the United States were hoping that Costa Rica will actually get a draw, or probably just defeat Panama at home, and
USA have plus just 4 goals.
And end up losing to Trinidad.
Plus 4 goals. They were complacent. They were They were
not
sloppy.
hardworking, no.
They didn't work hard. You know, that team should be disbanded.
And that brought about the change, even right here at home at the United States Soccer Federation. You know, we now, even though the new president was a former vice president, but like people have said about him, that he has always been someone that gives the coaches, the other groups at the U.S. soccer the opportunity to air their opinion, to do what they feel will work for them. And a lot of people are saying that his tenure might just be very, very different from what United States Soccer Federation has had in the past.
So the U.S. they didn't do themselves any justice by not beating Trinidad, and because they had a better goal difference of +4 than -1 of Panama. So I don't see how Panama is going to take -1 to the World Cup and win.
I'll give you a start here, Sam, and I'm saying it that some of this stats, like it or not, I know you're smiling, you have this grin on your face and all of that, but I'm telling you that I've always known this is enough motivation for every team that goes to the World Cup. Panama will be taking, they will be taking their maiden steps
to World Cup
at the FIFA World Cup, becoming only the first newcomers to qualify from CONCACAF since only Trinidad and Tobago in 2006. Of course, TNC didn't have a very good outing in Germany. I was very, very fortunate to be at that World Cup. I covered that World Cup in Germany, and I saw some of the teams that they came with. But Panama, look at their players. Look at Roman Torres.
Okay.
He has seen football. He has seen soccer at the top, the highest level that you can imagine. He almost singularly took Seattle Sounders in the MLS franchise to win twice. Twice they have done it now, to win the MLS championship back-to-back, 2016 and 2017.
Okay.
Against this English team with not so much experience as well, I can say. Wayne Rooney, that have the most experience at the FIFA World Cup, is out of the World Cup. So they are also going more or less like as a newcomer. I am believing there will be a shock in the offing for England in the second game. Panama will beat England.
No. Even though the Three Lions are perennial underachievers, these are the kind of games that you see them fire more cylinder. We saw them in their qualifier, the team they played. Who do they play against? Slovakia or Slovenia? They play Scotland, they played San Marino, and when they played Lithuania, Malta, Slovakia, Scotland, and Slovenia.
That was actually like a very easy. It didn't sound like an easy group.
Take away Malta, take away Lithuania. Leave Slovakia, Scotland, and Slovenia. England got 26 points. Maximum. They didn't lose a game. 10 games they played. They won 8 and they drew 2. Harry Kane, even though he's not in the top 10 of the top scorers in UEFA qualifiers for the World Cup, he scores 6 goals.
And he's the top European scorer in the entire world right now.
So are you telling me that a player like Harry Kane will not score a hat-trick against Panama?
Okay. What's your prediction? Panama, England.
3-0.
Okay.
Panama.
Belgium, Tunisia. What's your prediction?
Oh, they will so much beat Tunisia.
Okay. let's go on.
I give Lukaku 1 goal. I give Hazard 2 goals.
Okay, let's go on another break. And of course, when we come back, the key game we've been talking about, England versus Belgium, will definitely be on the card. And of course, we want to show you this very, very exciting moment in the history of Panama football. Of course, it was the day they qualified for the FIFA World Cup. They were down 1-0 against Costa Rica. And of course, out of nowhere, Roman Torres, the leader of that country, leader of that squad,
captain,
just came off, and of course, he did the wonders. And of course, they won that game by 2-1. The commentary is in Spanish. With all due respect to our Spanish viewers as well, enjoy the highlight of that game. And of course, we'll be back on the show to talk more. It is still Russia Roundup.
This is Russia Roundup with Sam and Bayo.
Welcome back to the show. It is still Russia Roundup on Vineyard Television. This program is open to sponsorship. For sponsorship details, please contact the producers of the show on the numbers on the screen right now, and you can reach out to us, the host of the show, via our social media platform. I am at Midas Soccer on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on all the platforms, simply at Midas Soccer. Sam, what's your Twitter handle and your social media platforms?
All right, you can reach me up on my Facebook, Sam Houston. On my Instagram, I am Sam Mbono. And on my Twitter, Sam Mbono. Let's keep the conversation going. Even though the show ends, we still have things to talk about as regard the beautiful game of soccer.
All right, you had it from Sam right there. Sam, England versus Belgium. That game is going to be happening at the Kaliningrad Stadium. Of course, the Russians are going to forgive me for not calling it exactly as the same as the way it is. And of course, it's going to be a very great birthday gift for me, because that's definitely going to be on my birthday, June the 28th. And I'm just seeing that my birthday falls on a Thursday right now on the show. And I think I can't have any other game to watch that day than this particular game. The two teams have some, I don't know how to put it.
That game, that game will determine who top Group G.
Definitely, because it's going to be the final group game.
Because England will beat Panama whenever they play.
According to your stats.
Belgium will beat Tunisia.
According to your stats, Sam.
Whenever they play. So now, three points.
No, they should have a match. If 6 points. If they have 6 points. If they both win their games, they should have had 6 points, because it's going to be the final game of
So now, England and Belgium, who top the group? That will be the question, because these are the two teams that will come out from that group.
If you ask me, Sam, I would give it
to England.
I would give it to Belgium.
I give it to England.
I would give it to Belgium, and why and how? Yes, look at it from the goalkeeping role. Thibaut Courtois plays for Chelsea. Chelsea played this season in Europe. Courtois played in Europe. Courtois have had experience in Belgium, in Spain, at Atletico. He has actually played UEFA Champions League final before.
Twice.
And he plays for Chelsea. English goalkeeper.
Joe Hart.
If Joe Hart, if he has his chance to get back the #1 role, which he has been stripped off at West Ham right now, he will be the #1. Joe Hart is in the stage of
decline.
Former French goalkeeper right now. I'm trying to remember.
Fabian Barthez.
Fabian Barthez. You know, when Fabian Barthez wants to be crazy, he's going to really be crazy. They will beat United 3-0 or 4-0 on that day. If England gives him a chance to change his role, they might have it. Look at it from the midfield role as well, Sam. I think from defense, let's put it now, Vincent Kompany, Jan Vertonghen, and all the players that they have at the back. Look at the midfield, array of stars: Kevin De Bruyne, Eden Hazard. I'm trying to remember the name of this guy that plays in Russia. Belgium has it in very, very huge volume. Look at the forward: Christian Benteke, Romelu Lukaku of Manchester United. If you put them talent to talent, players to players, I think
for squad.
Belgium has an edge. But you said England. I mean, you tell me, why do you think it's going to be England?
Look at the top Belgian players. Where do they play? England. Romelu Lukaku, Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne. They play in England. English defenders play against players week in, week out. They understand how they play, where they come from, the kind of style they play. You know, even though Joe Hart, you should have used this word, he's at the stage of decline. You know, when he left Manchester City, I thought Pep Guardiola did him wrong by sending him push him out to Torino. He went to Torino. Had it been he was that good, Torino
won't send him back out again.
They are not even in the in the top 5 of the entire Serie A. But they sent him back, and he went to West Ham. Adrian
You just want to be
is
home
putting him on the bench
right now.
right now. That shows
Because he had some very disastrous games
that shows
I've seen myself.
how Johad has declined as a goalkeeper and is a negative for England. But don't forget they have Jack Butland.
They have other top
They have
goalkeepers.
other goalkeepers they can choose from.
They do.
So if Johad he may be even number 3 in the pecking order. I won't be surprised
At the
if
World
that
Cup.
happens. I won't be surprised if Gareth Southgate would drop him. Having said that, Belgium now, they have Thibaut Courtois top there, good players top there. But England will find a way around England. I'm basing the hope of England on Harry Kane based on his league form. I'm giving him that,
And hopefully he doesn't have any injury.
I hope he doesn't have any injury. So I'm giving him that weight of responsibility to shoulder England in this World Cup.
Okay, so what's going to be the score line for you, Belgium, England, as we wind down on the show
3
right
goals
now?
to 2.
Who wins?
England win.
Okay, Sam said England wins that game. I don't believe it. I think Belgium is going to nick it, and I think the scoreline will be 2 goals to 1 Belgium. Panama, Tunisia, finally on the show.
Panama, Tunisia.
That would be like a game for both of them. According to you, that would be like a send-forth game.
It's a send-forth game.
So
when their flight is already at the airport, waiting for them to board, they just let's go take care of this business. I think Tunisia may be Panama. At least to salvage something for Africa. So I'll give it to Tunisia for them to be Panama.
Okay, Sam gives it to Tunisia to beat Panama at the final group game.
Panama will not win the game.
At the World Cup.
They will not win the game.
And of course, that is how we're going to end up on the show this week. And of course, today on the show, it's been really, really our pleasure bringing the show your way.
I'm not going to cut you short. You're a Chelsea fan. I want to say it on air right now because I want people to see you're a Chelsea fan.
Okay.
That game, Chelsea and United, I was confident Chelsea going to win that game, but Chelsea went ahead to lose that game. Do you think Chelsea are on the verge of not making top 4 this season? It looks so.
Chelsea looks like an ordinary team right now, like not a top team that they are. So, but I believe the board knows what to do. The gap left by our own Nigerian former Chelsea director Michael Emenalo is definitely showing at that team. But of course, I know they will definitely find their way back. But of course, as we round up on the show today, we're going to bring you the fans that exciting moment, the top 5 goals scored by your golden boy in England, David Beckham, who owns an MLS franchise team right now.
Yep.
And of course, he's doing very, very well for himself as a family man, as an entrepreneur. And I remember, with all due respect to England, I think Beckham is actually the best player to come out of that nation.
He is.
Enjoy those goals. And of course, we say we love you. And we'll see you guys next week, God willing. We'll bring you Group G. And of course, we're introducing new things on the show. It's still Russia Roundup. Come sponsor this show. And of course, you will definitely be glad you did. My name is Bayo and Arashi. On behalf of Sam Mbono and of course, all our production crew, we say goodbye. And of course, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye, guys.
I said I'm okay, I've been better, not sure if it's paradise. And if it's the small things that matter, then maybe it's where it lies. But we're looking for keys to this world, left my high rise, look back and said,